It's crazy. Let's get into it. Okay, so many people's talking about how BBL smell. Why would you get something that smells? And it's a possibility you get an easy bacteria infection. It takes a long time for those to heal. It's not that they women don't clean their behind. It's just that when you have a hole there and it's trying to mend all of that, it might have pus or it may have affection. It smells. Why would you want to go through that? I know I wouldn't. So let's see what this doctor is saying about smelling BBL.
So, Dr. Mir, we're getting a few questions from some people on TikTok about the BBL smell. Can you tell us some information about that? Is that true?
This whole thing on TikTok talking about BBLs and BBL smelling, and I can tell you categorically 100% getting a BBL does not mean you are going to smell afterwards. There are some reasons why you might smell after BBL, and these are what I believe people are talking about. Number one, after you get a BBL, the area where you transfer the fat into your backside can be pretty hard for people to get in and clean in the nooks and crannies and where the sun doesn't shine. And so sometimes it's just hygiene, and that could be a contributing factor to a smell. So it's better to continue with good hygiene. The second thing is people have this rumor where they say that you continue to leak grease after a BBL, which is categorically false. In days after any liposuction procedure, you can leak fluid, which is the fluid that we use to numb the area, but there is no leaking grease whatsoever. And finally, the most concerning thing is if you're smelling after a BBL, you have to rule out infection. And all of these things can be avoided if you pick a place that's reputable with board certified physicians. So I hope that helps debunk some of the BBL smell rumors.
After my meniscus, is the BBL smell real?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not a myth.
What exactly is from? I can't say.
What do you think it's from? Better question.
Combination of things: the surgery, the secretions after surgery, wearing a tight garment, and unknown things.
Hi everybody, it's Dr. Miami, and I'm scrubbing in for a BBL. A lot of people ask me, are BBLs safe? And the answer is it depends. It depends who's doing the BBL and how they're doing the BBL. It's kind of like asking, is driving a car safe or is crossing the street safe? If you're drunk, it's not safe to drive a car. And if you're looking at your phone crossing the street and not paying attention, it's not safe to cross the street. Statistically speaking, BBLs are just as safe as tummy tucks or pretty much any other plastic surgery operation we do, which is to say there is a mortality rate about 1 in 10 to 15,000. Now, obviously those odds go down if you're young and healthy, and obviously it depends on the surgeon. So in my practice, thank God no one's ever died. But the danger with BBLs is that if you inject the fat in the wrong place, in the plane, in the muscle itself instead of on top of the muscle, then the fat can travel into the veins and go to your heart and lungs and, God forbid, kill you. So in my practice, I use an ultrasound to make sure that the tip of the cannula is in the right place. Now, could I do it in my sleep by this point? I've done thousands of these, yes, but I wouldn't. It's kind of like driving a plane or flying a plane. Any pilot uses a checklist no matter how many hours they've had flying a plane. So again, we do everything we can to keep you safe. So is it BBL safe? In my hands, it is. This has been Scrubbing In with Dr. Miami. Stay beautiful.
Now, why would you want to go through that? Like, seriously, all that stuff that she said, I don't even want to put myself through that. It's just ridiculous. I don't understand. To look for someone to talk about you like a pure deep stone dog. No, you can keep it. You can have it. See, the thing with us, we're trying to save money. You want to go to Mexico, you want to go to anywhere that is cheaper for a BBL, and that's not the way it should be, because if you get it cheaper, you're going to get a cheap result. Now, let me say that again. If you get it cheaper, you're going to get a cheap result. If you have to get a board certified surgeon that do literally this and have a good reputation, then you're going to get high quality, the best treatment ever for your BBL. Simple as that. Stop being cheap. Stop being cheap.